We are now in our lesson 3, Introduction to C++. Our lesson 3 we have 12 topics. The first one is the part of a C++ program, the cout object, the hashtag include directive, variables and the assignment statement, identifiers, integer data types, the character data type, the C++ string class, determining the size of a data type, arithmetic operators, comments, and the programming style. Let's start with the first topic, which is the parts of the C++ program. So every C++ program has an anatomy. Unlike human anatomy, the parts of C++ programs are not always in the same place. Nevertheless, the parts are there, and your first step is to learn it in the C++ what they are. So, for example, dun sa binigay ko sa inyo na, na program, dun sa ating first program dyan, the program 3-1, ito yung example ng source code natin, and this is our top output. So, papakita ko sa inyo ano-ano itong mga per line na ito. Ano yung gamit niya. Okay? So, yung first part natin, or yung nasa first line, so that is yung nakalagay dyan na may double forward slash, a simple C++ program na nakalagay. So, that double forward slash marks the beginning of a comment. The compiler ignores everything from the double slash to the end of the line. That means you can type anything you want on that line and the compiler will never complain. Meaning, kapag detected po ng ating C++ na yung ating first, first part po na nilagay natin is meron tayong double forward slash dyan, meaning comment po yon. So, anything na kasunod po nung double forward slash natin na yon, hindi nga po babasahin. That is only a comment, okay? So, although comments are not required, they are very important to programmers. So, later, papakita ko bakit siya importante? Hindi naman siya binabasa ng ating compiler, no? So, papakita natin siya mamaya bakit importante ang comment natin. So, that is our first part, which is the comment. So, yung nasa second line natin to, which is may nakalagay na hashtag include iostream. So, because this line starts with the hashtag, it is called a preprocessor directive. Meaning, class, dapat po ang ating mga source code or dito sa ating C, lagi po tayong merong hashtag include. Okay? Kasi po babasahin siya ng ating compiler na it is a preprocessor directive. So, the preprocessor reads your program before it is compiled and only executes those lines beginning with the hashtag symbol. Think of the preprocessor as a program that sets up your source code for the compiler. So, meaning, without this one, hindi po gagana yung nilagay natin source code. Yung next natin, sabi dito, the hashtag include directive causes the preprocessor to include the contents of another file in the program. The word inside brackets, which is yung iostream na word, is the name of the file that is to be included. The iostream file contains code that allows a C++ program to display output on the screen and read input from the keyboard. So, without this one, it can't read the output and can't read the input from the user. Because this program uses cout to display the screen output, the iostream file must be included. The contents of the iostream file are included in the program at the point the hashtag include statement appears. The iostream file is called the header file. Of course, ito po, yung nauna po natin dyan, or yung kabuuan na hashtag include iostream, that is what we call the header file also. So, it should be included at the head or top of the program. Of course, nasa taas siya. It's either nasa number 1 siya or nasa number 2, wag lang siya mapunta to the rest. Or mauuna yung ating program o yung ginawa nating program sa taas bago tayo nag-hashtag include. Error po yun. So, yung number 3 natin or line number 3, may nakalagay dyan na using namespace std. So, C++ uses namespaces to organize the names of the program entities. The statement using namespace std declares that the program will be accessing entities whose names are part of the namespace called std. So the reason the program needs access to the STD namespace is because every name created by the IOStream file is part of the namespace. In order for a program to use the entities in IOStream, it must have the access to the STD namespace. So under this STD namespace, dito nakalagay yung mga what you call this, yung mga name na hindi natin magamit as a variable, no? So, pag-usapan naman natin later on yung variable. Ano yung, kailan natin pwedeng gamitin itong variable na to, kailan hindi siya pwedeng gamitin. Yung sa line number 5 natin, yung int main with the open and close parentheses. So, this marks the beginning of a function. A function can be thought of as a group of one or more programming statements that collectively has a name. The name of this function is main, and the set of parentheses that follows the name indicate that it is a function. It is the starting point of the program. No? Starting point of the program meaning para siyang sinasabihan mo yung compiler natin na magi-start na after this int main, kasunod na po niya yung program na gagawin natin. So if you are reading someone else's C++ program and you want to find where it starts, just look for the function main. So for example, ang haba-haba nung nakita nating program, saan natin makikita yung pinaka-starting point or beginning ng ating program or ng source code niya, which is kapag nakita mo tong main na ito. This is the int main. So may note ako dyan. So, in C++, it is a case-sensitive language. That means it regards uppercase letters as being entirely different characters than their lowercase counterparts. Ano yung uppercase? Ano yung lowercase? Pag sinabi natin it is an uppercase letter, malalaki po lahat or in caps lock. Kapag ito naman po ay lowercase, ito yung mga maliliit. So, in C++, the name of the function main must be written in all lowercase letter. Katulad nung nasa ano natin, nasa line number 5. So, in C++ doesn't see main na malaki yung M, the same as the main na maliit yung M, or yung int na naka-uppercase at int na naka-lowercase. So, this is true for all the C++ keywords. So, in our C++ kasi, kapag ang sinulat natin is malalaki yung int natin dyan, or malalaki din yung main natin, naka-uppercase man siya, or naka-title case like this one, yung main natin dyan, hindi niya po babasahin. Error po ang mangyayari dyan. So, sabi nga dyan, si C++ is napaka-case sensitive. Okay? So, yung line number 6 natin. So, your line number 6 contains a single solitary character, which is yung ating open curly brace natin dyan, or yung left brace. So, this is called a left brace or an opening brace, and it is associated with the beginning of a function main. Kasama po siya dito. Okay? So, all the statements that makes up a function are enclosed in a set of braces. If you look at the third line down from the opening brace, you'll see the closing brace. Everything between two braces is the contents of the function main. So, in here, ito yung aking open curly brace at ito yung close ko, meaning, itong nasa loob nila, ito yung program ko. Okay? So, may warning tayo dyan. Make sure you have a closing brace for every opening brace in your program. Take note of this one, every opening brace. Meaning, every opening brace, kung ilan ang opening brace mo, ganun din dapat ang close. Kasi, for example, let's just say, meron kang 5 opening curly brace dyan, 4 lang yun na ilagay mong close curly brace, error po ang mangyayari sa atin doon. So, make sure kung ilan ang open, ganun din po ang close. After the opening brace, you see the following statement in line number 7, which is the cout, programming is great fun. So, like this one, so nilagay natin. So, to put it simply, this line displays a message on the screen. You will read more about cout and the double less than operator later in the next topic siguro natin. So, the message programming is great fun is printed without the quotation marks. So, in here, kapag ito naman kasi ay inirun natin, hindi niya isasama yung double quotation na yan, no? Ang kagandahan lang dito sa ating pag-print ng ating cout natin, hindi niya papansinin kahit mali ang spelling mo dyan sa loob. Hanggat nasa loob po siya ng ating double quotation marks, hindi niya po papansinin kung ano yung nilagay mo dun sa loob ng message. Okay? So, kapag ito naman po ay nira natin, ang babasahin niya lang din dyan is like this one, yung program output na nakalagay dyan, programming script fun. Meaning, hindi po kasama yung ating double quotation. So, may note tayo dyan. This is only line in the program that causes anything to be printed on the screen. The other lines like hashtag include IOStream and the INT main are necessary for the framework of your program, but they do not cause any screen output. Remember, a program is a set of instructions of the computer. For the computer, if something is to be displayed on the screen, you must use a programming statement for that purpose. So, as you can see, nung ito po ay itry nating i-run, ito lamang yung binigay niya na output. Hindi niya pinapakita dyan yung nasa line number 1, 2, 3 hanggang sa line number 6. No? Hindi rin kasama itong sila cout niyan. Kasi yan po ay part of the language po ng ating C++. So, at the end of the line is a semicolon, like this one. Okay? So, just as a period marks the end of a sentence. So, para kayong pag gumawa kayo ng isang sentence. So, hindi mo masasabi nga daw na sentence yan unless wala kang period sa dulo. So, a semicolon marks the end of a complete statement. Without this semicolon, mag-e-error po ang ating code. No? So, ganun siya ka-sensitive. Magkamali ka lang ng isang double quotation dyan, magkakamali na rin po or mag-e-error na rin po yung ating program or yung ating code. Preprocessor directives like hashtag include statements simply end at the end of the line and never require semicolons. No? So the beginning of a function like int main is not a complete statement, so you don't place a semicolon there either. So like this one, the hashtag include, wala tayong semicolon dyan, pakitandaan po ito, pati yung ating int main. No? So in line number 8, yung return 0 natin dyan. So, this sends the integer value 0 back to the operating system upon the program's completion. The value 0 usually indicates that the program executed successfully. No, yun lang yung gawa ng ating return 0. Ang ating return 0, of course, has a semicolon also. In your line number 9, contains a closing curly brace. So, sabi ko nga kanina, every open curly brace natin, dapat ganun din ang bilang ng ating close na curly brace. So this brace marks the end of the main function. Since main is the only function in this program, it is also marks the end of the program. So that is the part of your what do you call this? Part po ng ating C++ program. So, let's see this one. In the sample program you encountered, several sets of special characters ba ang nakita natin? Yes. Yung first one natin is the double slash natin doon, which is marks the beginning of a comment. Yung ating pound sign, o yung tinatawag nating hashtag sign, it marks the beginning of a preprocessor directive. Yung ating opening and closing brackets dyan, encloses a file name when used with the hashtag include directive. Saan siya makikita? Doon po sa ating IOStream. So, opening and closing parentheses. So, it used in naming a function as in the int name. We have also the opening and closing braces, encloses a group of statements such as the contents of a function. And the opening and closing quotation marks encloses a string of characters such as a message that is to be printed on the screen. And of course, the semicolon marks the end of a complete programming statement.